Hi everyone, welcome back to my craft room. If you're new to my craft room, then welcome. Today I am working on these candle holders. I showed you these in my haul on Friday. I want to get them done before I forget what I was going to do. And I actually already finished one and it's so cute. But I saw these candle holders at Dollar Tree and it just reminded me of a snowman. So we are going to turn these into snowman candle holders. I have this pretty red candle holder here from Dollar Tree. They have all kinds of different, they have these in silver and, you know, they're all different kinds they have. So if you don't care for this one, there's tons of other ones you can use. That's going to go on the top because I don't use the tall stick candles. I don't use candles at all. I have to use flameless candles because you guys know I have birds, so we're not going to do that. So we're going to paint this up here. So what I'm going to use is, I don't have my spray paint in, or I'll have to bring that in after. Because I already had it out there before. We're going to paint this top with some of Waverly's ink colored paint. Chalk paint works best on glass. Acrylic, it just doesn't stick as well. And I don't know why I never finished opening this thing. There we go. Get that out of there. I already stuck my finger in the paint. I've been doing this for, what, 2 seconds now? And I have paint on my hand. That's how I do it. I swear. Alright, let's get most of that off there. Okay, good enough. And I'm just going to take one of these brushes from Dollar Tree. Any brush you have. I'm not even going to dump this out because we're going to use very little of this paint. And this covered perfectly in one coat. So we're going to turn this whole top black. It's going to be so simple and easy here. And it covered in one coat. I only did one and it worked great. The white I'm going to use, that took 2. It's a little harder to cover with white. And you don't want to get any paint up here on the top. And even after I spray it, I'm going to take a little sandpaper and get it off because we're going to glue that other thing on there. So you want to be careful. You don't want to get it down here where we're going to be painting the white too much. But this is really simple to do. I love simple, easy DIYs. Alright, so now we're going to carefully take our brush and just go around the edge here and get that painted black. Just kind of want to tuck it in there and just kind of pull it to the side. Try to get it even. There we go. Pretty good. Not perfect, but close enough. But yeah, so simple. Some days my hands cooperate and others they don't. I'm doing pretty good here today, so some days they want to shake on me a little bit, but today we're doing good. All right, so there we have that, and that's the top. If you get a little bit down there, it doesn't matter because we're going to go over it with the white, with the 2 coats. So, and the bottom part's much easier to do. But there, that's the top. Our snowman's hat. Easy peasy. And then I'm going to be using some of Waverly's Snow White for the rest of it here. And we are just going to, let's see, I'll use another one of these big brushes. They seem to work just fine. That one's kind of funky looking. This one's good. All right. And we're just going to paint the rest of this with the white. And I just went around this way with it here. But as you can see, you definitely need the 2 coats. And I got that in my way. No. And I'm going to let the black dry before I go up in there and try to get the rest of that in there. But, you know, you just want to smooth it out so it looks pretty. And then we're just going to do part of this here because I don't want to go up to where I just painted the black because, you know, I'll just make a mess. So we're just going to bring that down like right about there. Just get in all them little creases. And then we'll smooth that out after. But we're going to go ahead and we're going to do 2 coats of this. Like I said, this is going to be so easy, and they are so darn cute. I love snowmen. You know, you just got to have snowmen. for Christmas time or just for winter time in general. I like the snowman in my house. I'm not crazy when there's enough snow to make one outside my house. I used to love the snow. I think everybody did when they were a kid. But now when I see the snow, it just means it's a lot of work trying to get sidewalks shoveled and driveways cleared and all that fun stuff. But when you're a kid, it's just wonderful. Alright, so I'm going to let this dry. And then I will come back and show you guys how I get up in there. And hopefully it'll work out good this time when I do it. Okay, this is all dry here. So now I took a smaller brush, just because it's easier to, a little more control over a smaller brush. And then I just push this, slide this up until it stops, and then just pull it down. And that's pretty much how I just went around the edge of it. And then I'll have to go back and put my second coat on yet, but I will do that off camera because it's just the same thing. But that's it. Just kind of slide it up, pull it down. And luckily the weather is cooperating here that I can take this out and spray it, and then I will show you guys. I'll show you the paint after I bring it in, because I never take my camera out when I spray paint anymore because, you know, a little breeze and I had a disaster with a camera lens one time. So we don't do that anymore, but you guys know how to spray paint. Just I'm gonna put 2 light coats of spray paint on here, and try not to get too much on the top. We'll just sand that off, so that's easier than trying not to get it on the top. Or you could tape it off if you wanted to too, but it's really just simple to just scrape it off. And that's it. That's how I went around the top of this little guy. Alright, so once this dries, I'll put the second coat on, and then I'm going to take this out and spray it, and hopefully remember to bring my spray can in so I can show you what I used. And the other thing with the spray paint, I mean, if you don't want to, you don't have to, but I find that the things that I'm going to stick on here will stick better to that, it's a satin finish spray paint than to the flat. It just seems to work much better. But anyway, once this is all dry, I'm going to put on that second coat. I'll give it a spray and show you guys what I used. Alright, he's all nice and dry. Came out really good. I love these things. These are going to be so cute. You'll see. But anyway, this is what I used to spray it. It's Rust-Oleum. It's 2X Ultra Cover Satin Clear. You can use others. It doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be this one. It's just what I happen to have. And I really like this stuff. So I just gave it a couple quick coats. And it's cold outside, I know. But I just spray it and then bring it in the house to dry. But you don't want to spray it in your house. That's for darn sure. Alright, so let's see. What should we do first? First, we're going to put the piece of ribbon I want to put around here. I'm going to use some of this glitter ribbon from Dollar Tree. It's really pretty. And this isn't the stuff that, there are some that have like adhesive on it. This does not. So we are just going to hot glue this on here. There is a seam on these too, so I want to make sure I have them on the sides. So I cut a little piece of it. We're going to wrap it right around the top of his little hat here like so. So I want that in the back. So we're just going to add a little bit of glue to this side here. Push that down. And then we'll just pull this one around and glue this one down. This, like I said, this is such an easy little project. Alright, and there's one of my dogs barking. They just want to let you know they're here. Alright. So there's his little rib on his hat. And then I want to do a scarf and around his neck. So I took just another piece of this ribbon. But first I want to make the little hanging parts. So we're just going to measure. Let me get this out of here. I don't need this anymore because I'm not going to be painting anymore. Alright. So right down here, like right up to where the neck part is here, I'm just going to measure this down and cut that right there, just so it doesn't hit the table. And I'm going to actually cut 2 of those, like so. And then to make it look more scarf-like, I'm going to take my little scissors, here they are, and just cut up, I don't know, probably like a 1/2 inch or so, and just make some little slits in there. And then we're going to cut a couple of them out, like that. It's easier, I like to try to do them both at the same time. We'll see if we can do this without messing it up. But you want to, nah, you know what, I'm going to do one at a time, because I'm afraid I'm going to mess it up, but I don't want to do it over again. So you take like every other one and just trim those out. Like so. Come on. There we go. So then you have, looks more like a scarf instead of just a plain piece of ribbon hanging there, and I can't get that piece. Come on, fingers, let's go, we can do it. There it is. Alright, hopefully I can do this one quicker. I don't, you know what, maybe if I turn it around I can probably see it better if I'm not looking at just glitter. And then I want to trim this one again because I want one more. Alright, there we go. And then we're going to kind of crisscross these like so. And then we'll flatten that top off just so they kind of like in a little V. So I'm just going to put some glue up in here, glue that down like so, and then I'm going to just take this and cut that little V part straight so it's like, so it'll look like this. And then that is going to go right to the side here, right about there I think. So I want to get this on first. I think that'll be good right there. So that'll be the, right there's where I glued that one. And then we're just going to take this piece and kind of, it'll all scrunch up a little bit, look like more like a scarf. And glue webs. We're just going to squeeze that in there. And then glue it down in the back. Easy peasy. I'm going to show you how that's going to look here in a second. But yeah, you just squeeze that into that crease there, and you have a nice little scarf. It's going to be so cute. Okay. So that is that. So now we're going to put on his little face. I used these. I didn't have the exact size stickers I wanted. But Dollar Tree has these. They were originally this color you get in the sticker section. I just painted them with just one coat of the Waverly chalk paint, the ink color. I just put one coat of that on these beads. You can't really see them now because they're all painted black. But that's what I'm going to be using for this because they're self-adhesive here. So there's different sizes. So I'm taking out like this medium size one. And we are just going to put that up here on the front. We're going to put one there. Oops, that one doesn't want to let go. Come on. And then one about here. I think that's good. Give them a little push. There you go. And then I like to put a little highlight on the eyes. So what I do is just take a little bit of paint with my little embossing tool because I do it much better than I do with a brush. And I use the big end of this, get these at Dollar Tree. And I just dip that in the paint and then just set it on the eye and then just kind of like make it like a comma. Come on now, Jody. There we go. Just to give his eye a little pop. Like so. So now his eyes are a little sparkly. I might have to do that one a little bit better. But yeah, it's just like you set it down and just pull it to like a comma. This one did not comma, but we can go over that with a little black paint and fix them. I just can't do it with a brush at all. So that's why I do it like that. Alright, so now we need a nose. So now for the nose, I'm taking a popsicle stick. You've seen me probably do these before for other snowmen. Older pair of scissors here. And you just kind of cut like so on your popsicle stick. Like that. Just cut a hunk of that off from the bottom. And then just kind of round this end. I already have one painted here, so we don't have to wait. Just round the end off a little bit. And then make it as long as you want it. So that's pretty much how that comes out. A little carrot nose. I usually take my little sander here and just go around the edge of it. So I don't want a sharp point on the end. And just sand that off, and there you go. Easy peasy carrot nose. So that's it. You just shape it however you want it. It's very easy. And I just took some of this Craft Smart, what color is this? Burnt orange. I just put one coat of that on there. It's a chalk paint also. And then there is your little carrot nose. So then I like to add a little lines into it to make it look more like a carrot. So I just took one of these little fine tip, extra fine point Sharpies in black and just make little lines on it. I'll show you here. I do like 3 down there and then just go back in there and just go, you know, like opposite of that one. And then maybe a couple little lines in the middle. And that'll give you more of a little carrot effect here, if you will. Right there. That is what that looks like when you're done. Alright, so we're just going to put a little hot glue on here. I like to put the nose on before I do the mouth because it just gives me more of a guide of where I want this. So I kind of put this over by the eyeball here. And there's his little carrot nose and his glue webs. Alright, so now for his mouth. I have some of these smaller stickers. I believe I got these at Michael's. They have all different sizes. The ones from Dollar Tree were a little bit too big, so I don't know exactly what size these are, but I figured these would work out much, much better. What did I use? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. So I'm going to use like 8 of these. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's where I want to cut this. Cut, 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 cut. Because these are all connected, which makes life so much easier. Alright. And then I'm just going to peel those off. And then I like to put like the center ones right under the nose there. Like that. And then you're just going to pull it up. Really simple. And then hold him in the center and then just pull it up until he has a nice little grin. And there you go. There's his mouth. Isn't he cute? Alright, so now, did I even mention at the top of this, I took my sanding paper and I took the spray paint, whatever was there, off so that the E6000 is going to hold that. And I'm going to use a little hot glue just to keep this going. Now for down here I have a little button. Ugh, this glue web's haunting me. This came out of one of those little jars that I got at Dollar Tree. Just a little black button here. And we're going to put that down here. And that's going to go right down here. And like so. So there's this little button. Right there. Alright, now for up here, I want to add some pine. I'm going to use these little pines from Dollar Tree that come in a bag. And we're going to cut off 3 pieces of that. This part here isn't even wired, so that's very easy to cut off. But let's see, I think that looks about right. Probably would have been easier with scissors as I'm saying that. That one's really stiff. I don't want that one. Let's see, let me grab another little piece here. That looks good. Alright, so we have our 3 little pieces of pine. That's a little bit thicker than the others. Oh, decisions. No, I don't think I want that. Let's see. And that's that hard wire. Come out here. There's got to be another one I want to use here. Well, these are all much thicker than that one. Alright, that's fine. We'll work with that. Alright, so where you're going, oops, I'm going to put some hot glue right here in the center of our ribbon that went around the top, and we're just going to glue, is that the right side? Nope, there we go. Put the glittery side out. Add a little more glue here, and then we'll put one over this way. Maybe I'll make that one stick up. Like so. And then I want one that goes up. So we're going to put another one up here. And we'll use this little one, I guess. Why not? Alright. So that one will face upward. And now we're going to add our berries to this. Which is going to make him look so cute. So I'm going to take 3 berries. I have these berries here. These are like a little bit smaller than the ones from Dollar Tree. I'm not sure where I got these, but you can get these things pretty much anywhere this time of year. Like Hobby Lobby, Michael's, whatever. I've had these for a long time. But just some smaller size berries. Most of this stuff is from Dollar Tree, but there's just a few things that didn't quite work from Dollar Tree. Like the mouth beads and these berries. So, alright, I'm going to stop here. I got to switch my battery. Okay, we got a fresh battery here. We're good to go. Alright, so now I'm going to glue on these little berries that I cut off. A little bit of glue on each one of these. And let's see. See if I got them in the center. I think that looks pretty good. So I put 2 side by side there, and then I'm going to take another one and put right on top of those. Because I always think they look good with 3s. And I'm also going to highlight these berries a little bit, just to make them pop a little bit more. I'm just going to take a little bit of this white paint here. And a little bitty brush, and just add a few little, like little commas, like I always say, on these berries, just to bring them out a little bit. There we go. And that's that for the little berries. I also decided I'm going to take one of these little snowflakes. Where did I put my little snowflake? Here it is. These are those little flat back embellishments that you can get from like Temu. I usually get these. They're really cheap. They're like $1 something for like 100 of them. And I'm going to add that to the side of his scarf here. I think that'll look really cute. I'm just going to add that right there. Like so. Now because I sprayed this and it's kind of got a little bit of a shine to it. Get that, come on glue web, come out of there. Oh well, I get it. The eyes and stuff now I painted with the chalk paint, so they don't have any shine to them. So I'm just going to take a little bit of Mod Podge and just go over it just so it'll all kind of blend in nice together. Let's see, I just need a little brush here and a little bit of Mod Podge, not much. Just to give that just a tiny bit of a shine and then it'll match everything else we have here. Just going to go over the eyes with it. Give that a little glow. And there, that's that. So now that'll match everything good. That'll be nice and clear when it dries. But ain't he cute? Oh, I love these. Love, love, love these. Okay, so that is pretty much it for the base. Now for the top, I am just going to take this little candle holder here from Dollar Tree. Like I said, if you don't like this one, you can use any other one that you want. And I'm going to add a little bit of E6000 to the top of his little hat here. And just go around, if this is not clogged up. And it is a little bit, but we'll get it out. All right, and we're going to add some of this E6. Oh, this is really clogged up on me now. I just used this. Why are you so clogged up already? Here it comes. Okay. Give me a hard time here. And you don't need a lot of this on here because this stuff will hold like crazy. And then I'm just going to go in with some hot glue just so it'll, you know, I don't know, kind of acts like a little grip here to hold it down. And then I'm going to take this way, and we're going to take our snowman and flip him upside down so we can get him right in the center there. And I think that looks good right there. Now the hot glue will hold it for me like a little clamp until that E6000 dries. And there we go. So that is our little candle holder. You can use regular candles in here if you want, like little tea light candles. I'm going to use these little candles that I picked up at Dollar Tree last week. And they're just nice, they're clear, and they show off a lot of light since I can't use real candles. So let's see. So we're just going to light that up there and just put him right down in the side. And I'll try to get somewhere a little bit darker here to take a little video at the end here just so you can see how that lights up so pretty. And here's my other one. I did one earlier because I just wanted to mess around with it, make sure I had exactly what I wanted to do with them. And I think these came out adorable. And this one has one of these little candles in here too. So pretty. I don't know if you can see. See how it shines through there? Isn't that nice? But anyway, that is it. That was my little project here with those candle holders. I thought I would share with you guys. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. I'll take a nice picture of these and put it at the end. And I will see you guys all next time. Have a great day, everyone.